first playoff game in RLBA Season 2 history. First game here, I just hung out with cats, and if you don't know me very well, I'm allergic to cats. And then I had to head back to the booth for a game that I had to stream, and we stayed a little bit too late. That's the story behind why I was late, but now we are all good, all set up for game number 1 of this series. But first, let's introduce the starting lineups. Now first, for your Lone Star Rampage. I can't speak. Okay. And leading off for the Rampage, number 00, Element. Playing midfielder for the Rampage, number 76, Mystic. And playing defender tonight, number 86, Lotto. And on the bench are number 5, Axbot, number 30, Mako. Now the starting rosters for your Harrisburg Senators. Leading off for the Senators, number 33, Redbot. That is not Redbot. That is not him. Yo, producing team, what are we doing here? They do not have the players up, so I will just reveal them. I did save them though. Okay. And playing midfielder for the Harrisburg Senators, number 6, Hamburger Cheese Salad. And playing defender, number 9, St. Peter. And on the bench for the Harrisburg Senators, number 5, Axbot, number 30, Mako. And Lone Star bench is 89 Noxes and 28 Zarnock. Just got the benches mixed up. But anyway, the game is about to be on. I hope y'all are with me every second of the way. I am Tetro, and this is the RLBA playoffs. And let's cut to the chase. The long-awaited arrival of the starting teams, starting lineups. The Harrisburg Senators and Lone Star Rampage are on next here in this very pivotal first game of this series. And here we go. Don't know why the overlay is not up. That's kind of bothering me. I don't know why that has happened. Here's a shot from Mystic, and Mystic lays it down immediately for the first goal of this RLBA playoffs. Couldn't even see what was happening there. Lotto, beautiful pass up, and Mystic chops him down for the first goal of this RLBA playoff. And they put the Harrisburg Senators on their heels in game number 1. Here comes St. Peter. Off the ceiling, and here we go. Here comes Redbot. Up for Hamburger Cheese Salad. Hamburger Cheese Salad comes away with it. Mystic drops it down. And a nice save there by St. Peter to recover the damage. And that's what he's good at. He gets every single clear. He puts him on his car and drives away with it. He's very good at clearing them out. One of the best in the league. Probably the best in the league at that. And he knows how to play offense too. Put that in his toolbox. And especially in the playoffs, he starts to heat up regarding his offense. If he can do that, then they're in good hands. St. Peter with another good clear. What we're talking about before. Here's a shot from Redbot, and he's got some good offense too. Number 33 ties this game up early. No time to waste. Midfield off the backboard and in from Redbot. Redbot in midfield sees that opportunity and doesn't waste a second to take it. And it's 1-1 our score. Rampage really got to be looking up for some hope here. Here's a rim in. And Redbot's going to get all of that off the crossbar and in. Immediately makes it 2-0. Hamburger Cheese Salad on that assist. What a kickoff play. Redbot again driving up. Sees the opportunity. Takes it right up and doesn't miss it. He gobbles it all up. And there we go. Thanksgiving turkey with 2 goals there. Here comes St. Peter. Into the corner now. Now Redbot. Off the backboard, he's going to clear it, and Mystic will get a hold of it with his buddy Element. Here comes Mystic. Got the aerial speed and beats Hamburger Cheese Salad. Cannot beat Redbot. Redbot's going to keep it in the air for Element. Element's going to pick it up smoothly. Element off the backboard. Can he get the rebound? No. Hamburger Cheese Salad's going to gobble that one up. Here's Lotto with this first big shot. It's a monstrous screamer clear. He's going to try to put it away, and St. Peter with a great save. Off the ceiling here, St. Peter tries to clear it to Redbot, denied by Element. Element gets it over Hammer, Cheese Salad. Mystic with a big shot off the crossbar. It's up, a little bouncer in their zone. St. Peter clears it away. Now Lotto. Lotto, big time shot, man. If he can play some knockdown defense, I think Rampage takes game 1. They're looking pretty nifty here, even down. They've got the momentum. Can they slot one in here? Lotto, big time shot. St. Peter with another great save. Playoff vet here. Pretty much the only bot in this league with experience in the playoffs. But let's see how he faces with the new opposition. New opposition just full of youth and wants to go take it and knock the Nets down this season here. Everyone wants to be doing that in the playoffs, especially with this big of a competition at hand. Every bot's going to be giving their absolute all. There's Element off the backboard here. Hamburger cheese salad, no Lotto. Lotto, big time clear. Cannot get enough juice on that. Gets it past Hamburger cheese salad. It's a 3-on-1. Here's a big time shot from Lotto. Lotto puts one away. 2-2. We are all tied up here. Just about the midway mark of this game, and Lotto goes in there making a big impact. No assist there, all Lotto there, and he slots one in, gets all 7s there, and number 86 with his first goal of the playoffs. Element, very not new to the RLBA scene, and if he can get his scoring game going and keep it on the ground where he's comfortable, it's pretty much over for everybody who's on the opposing side. And tonight's prey for Element is going to be the Harrisburg Senators. He's going to look to just destroy them on the ground, and I think with his skill he can do that. Here he comes. Dribbling it, trying to get it past Redbot. Redbot leaves it up for Hamburger Cheese Salad. Hamburger Cheese Salad going to cycle it for Redbot. Redbot with a nice teamwork play to get it past, but not much force. Mystic's going to gobble it up straight for Element. Element rebound and collected by Mystic, still in the Harrisburg zone. Element. Now Lotto with the big time shot off trying to slot it in, and St. Peter gets another big save. Would have been on the corner. Here's another big time shot from Mystic. Shots in bunches from the Lone Star Rampage, and they're definitely getting it tonight. Here's a big time shot from Redbot as well, and he's going to try and slot it in top corner and can't get it. Trying to put it where your mom hides the cookies and can't put it there. St. Peter trying to get it clear. Redbot's going to help him out, and ball's going to get out of the Harrisburg zone, but straight back in. Here's a nice shot from Element, and Element's going to get deflected off the car of Hamburger Cheese Salad. That's a backboard chance for Mystic, and Mystic's not going to get to it. It's the Harrisburg Senators are there in time. Now they're cycling in their zone. Lotto, big time shot off the backboard. Here's a rebound chance, and Redbot and St. Peter combine to make a beautiful play. 1 minute remains in this contest where we're all tied up here. Lotto trying to keep that narrative the same as he rims it off of his corner. Here's Redbot now. In his own zone, let's see what he can do with it. Hamburger Cheese Salad. Trying to break the seal. We're going to start calling him Harrisburg Cheese Salad. Gets a big time play, but cannot put it past him. Here's Mystic. Element trying to put it past him. Here he goes. Big time play. Makes a splash there. All 3 Lone Star Rampage members getting in tonight. Sensational work from the Rampage. And the 3-2 lead stands. 37 seconds left to go. And the Rampage fans having a blast to start this playoffs. Off the backboard. Now Mystic dropping him down, and here's the heartbreaker from Mystic. Puts them on their backs, on their heels, and knocks them down. His second of the game. Big time play, even bigger goal. And Harrisburg gonna need to come up with something big here. 30 seconds remain. In the corner now, Hamburger Cheese Salad. The Rampage have it in their zone. Off the corner, gonna rim it. Mystic there to make a defensive play. That's Lotto. St. Peter and Mystic now clearing it. Both playing car tennis, and that's exactly what the Rampage want with a 2-goal lead with 7 seconds left to play. Here they come. Lotto trying to knock it down one more time. This game will be won by the Lone Star Rampage in Harrisburg. And how do you draw this up? The 4th seed, the lowest seed in the Final 4, comes away with another goal here. And Element really knocking him down here. Probably should have just put it down, but he wanted that second goal, and dang sure he got it. And that's going to be a heartbreaker for the Harrisburg fans at their number 1 seed. Beautiful beautiful shot and put that one away to make it 5-2, your final score. Anything can happen when you make it to the dance, and that's definitely what the Rampage are living by. They take this series 1-0 to start this off. And Lotto, MVP with 1 goal, 2 saves, 2 assists, and 5 shots. And the unanimous MVP there, but the Senators almost had that one. St. Peter off of his back having 4 saves and a beautiful night from him. But let's go back to the talking stage. Game 2 is on next. And I don't know if you make a change as the Senators. They only have 1 game to do so, and they're going to need to do it quick. They don't have much time. They don't have much space. Let's see what room they can create here. Try and get things going for their hometown team right there. And the Lone Star Rampage could not be in a better position here. It's definitely a good night in the office, even with 1 win. Now they got even more to show for it. I don't know why the overlay is not working here, but we're hoping it continues to work for game 2. But let's see if any substitutions will be made for the Harrisburg Senators. Harrisburg maybe looking to sub somebody in. Hammer and Cheese Salad had a little bit of a lackluster performance, and Redbot looking to not have that again. But they are going to sub in Axbot for Hammer and Cheese Salad. So Axbot will come in. He's definitely been a polarizing player as of late. He's been just a spectacle to watch when he's on. And he got his debut a couple nights ago, maybe a month ago. But he's been having a good run, and he's hoping to keep that run up with the Harrisburg Senators here in Game 2 of their playoffs. They're down 1-0 in the series. Let's see if they can make it even here. He will be moving to midfielder, and the Rampage looking to not change a thing with the almost blowout victory they had before. Game 2 getting ready. They're out of the huddles and on to the kickoff pitch as we will get started here from Harrisburg. It is Game 2. Nobody changed for the Rampage. And as for the Harrisburg Senators, they're the first in the RLBA to make a substitution in the playoffs as they sub in Axbot for Hamburger Cheese Salad. I'm Tetra, this is the RLBA. Let's cut to the chase here. We got enough talk, not enough action. Let's cut to the chase here. Just said that, by the way. And here we go. Big time plays just waiting to happen. Here's Axbot to get us started. Lotto now. Clearing in Axbot and Redbot here to connect here off the crossbar. And that's a heartbreaker for Redbot to get things going here. Mystic and Axbot touch for touch here. Mystic trying to knock it down. Another save by St. Peter. Now Lotto. Element getting demoed by Axbot. Now St. Peter. Corrals it. Now Redbot. Redbot puts it down. Here's Element. It's going to be high and dry. Harrisburg trying to put it past him. Rebounded by Redbot. Nice save by Lotto, and Lotto a sneaky candidate for MVP already here. Here's it brewing. Redbot gets a rebound and scores! Can't ask much more of them, but Redbot comes away big time here for his squad. Here we go, big time kickoff. Element gonna get it away. Off the corner, looking for his buddy Element. Can't get enough of it. Here's Lotto with the big time shot. St. Peter with the save. Rebounding. Element and Mystic on it. Redbot going to try to get it out. It's Mystic demo St. Peter. Axbot didn't like that. He's going to get physical with Mystic. Axbot. Big time shot off the backboard, and Mystic will save that one. At least going to get it out of harm's way for the time being. Here comes Axbot once again. Element now. Comes in hot. Here's off the corner. Element trying to make something happen in the crease. It's a bouncer. Here's Element once again. Puts it off the crossbar. It's going to stay out. Beautiful save by Redbot. Off the corner. Rampage with a whole lot of pressure. Axbot back against the wall. Here's a floater and it goes in. His first goal, the RLBA playoffs. And it's a big one, separating them even more at 2-0. You talk about the Rampage defense a lot, and what you want to see from them is just not getting up those easy goals. So they save the hard ones, cannot get the easy ones. And it's a little bit frustrating, especially if you're a Rampage fan, to just let those ones slip by you. But you can't do much except let your players do their jobs, and hopefully they do them better next time. The entire reason the first game went so well is because Lotto kind of stayed back, and he stayed on a low profile, and he got MVP for that. So he's going to continue to try and put in that work and get that motion. Of course, using himself as a motivator for getting MVP last game 1. Here's Element trying to charge in off the backboard, and that first shot that they had a big time chance. Here's our first goal here as Mystic lays it down on him. But as we're seeing, the momentum shifter for the Rampage really came from that first shot that wasn't a goal. Big time scramble, but now with the goal here, it might turn the tides as Harrisburg on their heels a little bit. They know the Rampage is a competitive team, and they're hoping not to take a game 1 loss here. Here's Element. Gonna fire it into the corner. Now here's Redbot. Element charging behind. Really close now with Redbot. He's up now. Lotto. Big time shot. Screamer goes into the net. Lotto. A monumentally important goal there, and that's pretty much just the entire job. As a role player, you want to just play your role perfectly. And if you can deliver 84-mile-per-hour shots and stay back, he plays his role perfectly. Here's a kickoff from the Harrisburg Senators. Now Element. Off the wall into the middle of the field. Here's Redbot trying to clear it away. Now Mystic, a little bit of a silent night. Lotto off the post. Big time shot saved. Redbot leaves it up, trying to get it for his teammate. Here's Mystic with a drop down shot off the left post, and that one's going to hurt him. The post's going to be feeling that one in the morning, and Lotto's looking to change the narrative here, trying to keep it in the neutral zone. Rampage play better in crunch time. Here's Redbot. He plays amazingly in crunch time himself. Doesn't need anybody, but gets the assist off of St. Peter anyway. A great play, great chance for the Harrisburg Senators to take the lead, and they do. And that's off the car of Redbot, 90 miles per hour, an absolute scorcher. And that net's going to be feeling that one in the morning as they tickle the twine there, and it's 3-2. Now Harrisburg just circling around the ball. St. Peter leaves it up. Redbot. No, St. Peter. St. Peter, beautiful teamwork. Lotto with a bigger save and keeps this game at 3-2. The Rampage still trail, but that one helps him out a lot, not trailing. Here's Mystic. Ball centered to the neutral zone line. Here's Redbot coming up. Now Lotto. Scorcher, and that one's going to be trying rimmed, but it can't go just as far as he wanted, and that will stay out of the Harrisburg zone. Mystic trying to leave it in the neutral zone, not trying to get any more damage than is already done in their defensive zone today. Here's Element. Coming through big time. Here comes Element. Floats it in off the left post, and Redbot saves that one again. Axbot now. 1 minute remaining. Here's Mystic trying to get a shot that's just a little off. Just a hair off from the slot, and that will stay out. Here's Mystic trying to dribble it along for one more chance with 49 seconds left to play. Bouncer in. Mystic trying to get another goal here, and Redbot going to be continuing to pound that ball in the air. He's doing a great job at that, and the Rampage looking to get this ball on the ground with about 30 seconds left to go for Element to try and put one away. 30 seconds left. Lotto. He's going to clear it for Element. Element got time and space. Time's winding down. Redbot coming, screaming in. Mystic. Now Lotto. Axbot trying to get a good shot there. Lotto. In the corner now, 10 seconds left. Big time shot, trying to close this game out. Lotto. One more chance for Element. Trying to keep this one in the air. That one's going to be game, hopefully, for the Harrisburg Senators. If you're a Harrisburg Senators fan, you're hoping that one is game. It's not. Ball still in the air. Ref did not call that one. Trying to keep it up. Here's Lotto with the big-time shot. Big-time save from St. Peter. Going to get dropped down, but Element tries to save that one off the ground. St. Peter is going to try and clear it. Mystic. Big-time shot off the backboard. Now, it's going to be game Senators, and this game's 1-1, all tied up, and we will go to game 3 for the first game 3 in this RLBA season here. And the Senators take that 3-2, and Element just did not have the night he wanted, but I don't think that's a reason to substitute him. I don't know really what you do there. I don't know if you combat that with more defense maneuvers. I don't know who you bring in, but we'll see the Rampage office and what they think of it. And game 2 in the books as a Rampage loss, 3-2, and they got shocked and rocked there. As a quick goal from Harrisburg put that game to bed pretty early, and that wobbler from the Rampage really cost them there. Rampage going to look to change here. They have Noxes and Zarnok on the bench. And you're wondering if that was just a fluke night from Element. He definitely got shut down by Axbot. But Rampage might bring back hamburger cheese salad if they see a change here. Rampage going to elect not to change or going to keep the same roster out. That might be the death of them. I think that might be the safest move here. They're going to start another match. Did good with him one time. Can they go again? That is a question we're all asking here as they're trying to come back for game 3. Almost had it. They're going to leave him out there. Let's see how this one unfurls. Game 3 on live. I hope you're ready for some more RLBA action, which will be the last of tonight, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Game 3 between the Harrisburg Senators and the Rampage in match 1. Here we go. And here we go. Game 3, exactly how you draw it up to start the playoffs if you're a fan. And this game is going to be as important as ever for both of these squads. Here's Axbot. Here's Redbot trying to put it away. Mystic. Nice play. Nice defense in the crease there, and that's what you want to see from Mystic. They're trying to keep their defense pretty intact here. There's a shot from Axbot off the corner. Rebound off the corner again. This man not finding the net. Redbot is. He scores immediately after the monumental pressure from Axbot. Credit him on a double assist or something. That was a crazy sequence. All 3 members of the Rampage trying to get to that ball and just can't snuff it up. Here we go. Off the wall. Here's Element. Trying to put it away. Lotto gets it in. Off the kickoff. And that's a big-time goal there. 1-1. And we are all tied up almost immediately after their goal. Here we go. Here's Element. Off the backboard. Let's see Element here. That's cleared from Lotto. Now Element. Big time play. St. Peter will rock it off. Now Lotto. St. Peter. Mystic. Big time shot off the backboard. St. Peter straight to Redbot. Redbot now leaves it up for Mystic, and Mystic can't put it down. Redbot leaves it up for Element. Element coming through. He's got a big-time chance right here to dribble it past him. Redbot sweeps it away, though. He's been a monster all night. As soon as Game 2 kicked off, that man turned on a new sort of energy. Guess he had some new fuel that he got from the Harrisburg bench. Now Element trying to come in. Big time shot, but can't put it away. St. Peter, even bigger save. Don't call him St. Peter for nothing. I've used that joke almost 10 million times by this point. And St. Peter looking to stamp his first RLBA championship of his career here in Harrisburg. Wants to stay with this team, knew he could be competitive again, especially with this lineup, and he thinks this is his year. Pretty much the face of the franchise at this point. Redbot coming in as a new prospect doesn't mean the leaders of old can't be respected. And St. Peter, monumental shot. And he hasn't got a goal this RLBA playoffs. He got it last year. Got a couple monumental goals to swing one game in the Harrisburg Senators' favor, but they still went in the first round exit to the Baltimore Bay Sox. Shockingly, haven't had an undefeated team yet in RLBA history, and that stays the same for Season 2. We have not seen an undefeated playoff team yet, because no team has had that type of run, and are trying to see this type of run here, but it won't be from the Harrisburg Senators or the Lone Star Rampage, as they've both taken a 1-1 game series to start this playoffs off. In the corner now, here's Harrisburg. Harrisburg been doing really good at keeping the pressure in their zone, and when it's in their zone, they're doing a good job of playing it defensively. And the Rampage getting out quickly, but when they don't get it out quickly, it becomes a real big hassle. Here's a big-time hassle for the Harrisburg Senators. They're going to try to stop it up, and that's a big-time play for Mystic, as he just missed, though. Just a hair off, but if that wasn't in, it could have shaped the game, shaped the future of this playoff, this tournament we're having here. That could have been a momentum shifter. Not much has happened left in this game, as it's 1-1. Mystic trying to waterfall it in. Now Lotto whiffs it by. Element still dribbling it nicely. Element got speed, trying to get it past Axbot. Still got a hold of it. St. Peter gets physical with him and can't last much longer. Now here's a floater. Mystic will get to it. Here comes Mystic. Got the speed and the aerial. Here's a floater. St. Peter with another great save. Mystic. Redbot's going to fire one in off the backboard. Now into the corner here. Mystic and Axbot. Redbot been on alert all night, but a pretty chill night as of late. 1 minute remaining. Here's a big-time shot. Mystic with an even better save. St. Peter looking for his first goal of this RLBA playoffs, and he almost had it if not for the car of Mystic being right there in the way. Beautiful crunch time save and a nice heads-up play from Mystic. Keeping this game deadlocked at 1. Harrisburg looking to change the narrative with a clear there. Now Mystic going to do the same. St. Peter playing some car tennis. Redbot, beautiful shot. Lotto with an even better save. Stays his ground with 30 seconds left to play. St. Peter. Now it's Mystic straight to Lotto. Element misses it well. Redbot breaks the seal. Redbot comes in clutch. A great play there. And this is 2-1. Harrisburg Senators. Monumental victory for Redbot. Monumental goal, I mean. And that dude's been producing all night. Here's Element. Trying to settle that ball, trying to get a shot. And Redbot's there swiftly. Clock winding down for the Rampage to do something. Axbot to break it all for the Rampage. And this game 1 is just about done. Axbot with a nice play, and he's hoping to finish it off and maybe get a starting role for this playoff series. And he might get it with a goal like that. Not about the best bots, it's about the best team, and the Harrisburg Senators have showed that to us tonight, and they have won Game 1 of this playoff series. Senators win. Game, set, match, and this final score of the series will be 2-1 Senators, and I will see y'all tomorrow as we kick off the Tacoma versus Fisher's Freight series. But until then, I'll see ya. I've been Tetro, and this has been the RLBA. Thank you for tuning in. And that was the playoffs tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, noon, evening, or night, and I'll catch you later. And that's a good night from me.